Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with some Grand Arena action. We're in 3v3 now. I know most of us don't really care for that mode. It seems like it's back way too soon. Take a look at the board here. My opponent went right to it, and he kicked my ass. I ain't even gonna lie. He went right to town, one-shot everything, didn't seem to struggle at all. I got to catch some of his battles, and he was bouncing back and forth between the zones, kind of taking his time and picking what's best for what. So I'll be anxious to look at the GAC history on that one. Yeah, there's nothing much to say there. He got a pretty good score. Let me show you what he put down for defense and what I got to work through. Up top, he's got a Grievous team. He's got Crew First Order. Look, he's got EP, Bastila Fallen, and Malik there. He's got another team on the bottom that's Newt, Droidica, and Nest. So we've seen some of these teams before. The last time 3v3 was here. I know a lot of people forget what to use for what, and we've had new characters introduced since then. Y'all know how much fun these Galactic Legends are in 3v3. He's got Rey down there with Night Sisters and some clones with C-3PO. So we will jump right into it and go after his Rey. I figured he would set Rey, so I saved my Supreme Leader Kylo for it. He's got Zalbar and Vandor Chewbacca, so that's pretty interesting. I haven't really run across that before, so I stunned Zalbar, just put him in timeout, then went on to worry about his counterattacks, I guess. Use my AoE, try to get some hits in. And now with Hux, I was debating, what should I do, but I went ahead and did the call assist. That way I can put some buff immunity on Zalbar. And Rey ended up doing her whirlwind, knocking out my Hux. So that kind of sucked. I got First Order Officer in there, so I'm not really sitting too good right now. Hate to be down a character already. I do have both of his sides stunned. Now I'm just working on building up my ultimate meter. Trying to get that meter up, and you can see that I do have it at 66%. She goes into her ultimate stance right there. And now it's kind of a dilemma. Like, do I pop my ultimate now, and then she comes out of her ultimate and she'll hit me? Or sometimes you go into your ultimate and you end up going first before she gets a turn. So I'm looking at her turn meter, trying to decide, is she going to take another turn next, or am I? I'll go ahead and pop my ultimate here. I only got the one turn of it, so we'll go ahead and use that. Pop the ultimate. Hopefully she takes her turn, and she does not. I go next, and I get my one turn, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Now she takes her turn, comes out of ultimate, one-shots me. So that's the end of that. Like, that was my counter to get through the bottom half of the board. And so with that failing, I mean, it just sucks like that when that happens. You don't know whether you should go ultimate or not. So sorry to say, you won't see me get a full clear here. But I will show you some other teams that I used on, the rest of what he's got. Might give you some ideas if you run up against similar teams. So let's get into those. Next up, he's got a Night Sister team. So if you guys know, a lot of people set their Night Sisters on defense. Usually people set two teams of Night Sisters. This time I'm just going against Mother Talzin lead. So for that, I used Old Ben, and then Watt and Wampa. You got to have Old Ben as the tank, and he's got to be pretty tanky. I think mine is Relic 3. Obviously, if you have Relic 5 or 7 or something tank, that's much better. Go ahead and use that. Wampa's the damage dealer. You want the weapons tech on him, so that way everything he kills is not going to come back. That way I don't have to worry about Mother Talzin lead reviving anyone. In this case, Mother Talzin did die, but she died to the dots. That's why you see her coming back there. He did enough damage to take her to low health, and then the dots killed her. So she is coming back, and that's not ideal because she's giving extra damage out. And look, they did kill my Old Ben, which normally does not happen. So this run isn't going as well as it could, but Wampa's powered up sufficiently. He can do what he needs to do and that's that. So it's just an idea of something you can use when you throw a team together and take out some Night Sisters with other characters that you're probably not going to use anyway. Next up, I'll take out his clone team that has C3PO on it. Really doesn't matter. I mean, I got to use CLS somewhere, so might as well throw them against these guys. I was going after Rex, and then I noticed that was Echo and not 5, so I didn't even have to worry about triggering super clones. So easy peasy there, nothing new to discover. Took care of those guys. Now we can go up top and at least work on these. Trying to get as many clear bonuses as I can to at least get some points. I know I'm not going to get the full clear, but, you know, every bit of points is helpful. Might need it at the end if I can reach Kyber. And, of course, I like to get the credits and extra rewards. So, let's go after his Newt team here. Newt is deadly in 3v3. You got to watch out. He just goes so fast, takes so many turns. Newt is a huge asset, so if you ever relicked up Newt, definitely make some kind of a Newt team. I mean, he can just take away the banners, and he gets so many turns, it's ridiculous. And you're up against Newt, you got to constantly battle with, am I going to do something to do stun? Am I going to try and boost some turn meter? Or do I want to waste a turn clearing off this extortion? So I'm constantly like deciding what I'm going to do and what, you know, what's the best move. I'm trying to keep stun on Nest. That way she can't really do anything. I'm trying to keep an eye on Droideka. I got the constant damage immunity to fight with, so that's no fun. And then you can see the big hit there went on OG Kylo. Thankfully, I've got the Zeta. He can heal himself back up. His protection anyway, which is what we need. So I'm just weighing the options. It's like, well, who do I take out? So I did a big hit on Nest. Thankfully, was able to get Nest out of there, and that's one less worry to have to deal with. But you can look at my Executioner already in the yellow. There's not really a good way to heal him up either. I mean, they can gain some health back from status effects, but he's not doing too well. You don't want to see him getting into the yellow like that. He's not as sturdy as the two Kylos are. So trying to keep an eye on him because he's my big damage dealer. I really don't want to lose him. But of course, you know, they get some hits on him when they can. I kill Newt, and as soon as I do, is like it triggers his next turn, he goes, and then Executioner's gone. So I've got two Kylos against Droideka and Newt. Thankfully, Newt's got one death already, so just take him out right there. Now I can use that stun to control Droideka. Keep him stunned, that way he doesn't take a turn. And just keep doing the thing. Between the two Kylos, I'm not worried when it's just them. As long as I've got Crew's 2-turn stun, I can use that effectively. So I'm just getting back around to him. There we go. 2-turn stun. Now I've got it under control. I don't have to worry about extortion or anything. So I just keep spamming the turn meter boost. And just keep taking my turns. Try to put some healing immunity down. Just because. Removed his damage immunity. And there we go. So it was not pretty at all. 51 banners there. But Crew First Order does work against a Newt team. Even if Nest is on there. So hopefully that will help you. Next matchup is Grievous. And I brought in my clone team. Rex, Fives, and Arc Trooper. You do want to take Fives if you're going to do this because the sacrifice is real. Like if you don't take him, there's a very good chance that whoever you do take is going to be just too squishy and your team's going to end up dying anyway. So you do want to take Fives because that sacrifice is an important part of this team. It's less banners, but again, I mean, it does work. It does get you through. I don't really play the high efficiency game. That's not very fun. I don't know, not very fun for me and pretty difficult to pull off. Some people live by it and they can do it. But again, that's definitely not me. You don't have any kind of direct focus, you know, mark or anything like you do if you had a JKR or a DR team. So you just got to kill off what you can. And since he put BB-8 and Magna in here and those both taunt, you end up killing both of the sides pretty much. before you can take a crack at Grievous. Trying to just cycle around and get Rex's big hit, but every time I do, it seems like there's a taunt on the board. So just gotta bite the bullet. Do damage to Magna, he takes his turn, procs super clones, and now I can get the big hit on Grievous and call it done. Only 48 banners there, but again, the team does work. It is a one-shot. This one was kind of fun. I don't like Geos. Some people do. They like to test them out against, different teams, and they do work. It's always nice when you can bring 4 characters to a 3-man party, but the way that they work, and you have to cycle through and know, what hits. Like Spy's got the big hit right there, but they don't have all 5 Geos, so you're not getting as many turns and status effects and everything like that. So it's just a little bit different. I don't know. 3v3 gets kind of old when you do it for more than a week or so. I know we're just in our first week now, but it's like, I don't even know, man, if I can put up with 3 more weeks, 3 2/3 weeks of this, is going to get old pretty quick. But of course, by then, we'll all be pretty well dialed in on what works, what doesn't work. It's always a learning experience when we get into this first week of 3v3. And I'm sure at the end of it, we'll all be scouring the GAC histories to see what people did and what got holds and what was easily countered. It's always a learning experience, and I do like that part, learning what works and doesn't work. So you can see here, Geos work on first order. I took out Stormtrooper just because he's the easiest one to get rid of. Then you end up with the 2 Kylos, and it's just a matter of getting them down to low health, and then once you get them to low health, you can use Spy's big hit to be able to do that kind of finishing blow. So I want to try and wear down the protection, get them just to the health bar, and then get some kind of a big hit in. I'm going after OG Kylo right now just because he's the easier one. Crew, if they mod him right and they load him up with a bunch of health, he is really hard to take out. Even with the big hit, it just doesn't work. So I'm trying to get it down to where I just have 1 left to deal with and don't have to worry about OG Kylo constantly trying to feed turn meter, doing anything, putting healing immunity down. I don't want that. I don't want to deal with his stuns. So I'm just trying to get rid of him, and then he's gone. Now it's just crew, so I flip it on auto. Figure the auto is going to cycle through the Geos a lot faster than I can, and then it'll use the big hit, when it does. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You can do it manually, but it does take a good while to get there. I figure the AI will do a fine enough job, taking the health down, and eventually it's going to line up where you get that big hit on time. So that's all I'm waiting on. Just let the computer do its work. There we go. There was the big hit. 51 banners on first order. So not too bad. Got to use a couple different things. Here's that EP Fallen Bastila and Malik team. A lot of people set this team. It's pretty popular. And people are always wondering what they should use to go against it. Well, I didn't have Bastila because I put her on defense. She's good for her tenacity. I didn't have DR, who's really good against this. They put that down. You can use a DR team. And all I had left was my Jedi Knight Luke. I know not everybody's got him, but dang if he's not handy. I figured I'll go ahead and use Jedi Knight Luke. He's pretty strong. Throw Revan in there, and then Hermit Yoda, of course, for Master's training and for the healing that he provides. Figure that'll be able to work, and you can see that I was able to go after Fallen Bastila, get her down, go after EP, get her down. You can't really stop Malik's drains, though, which is unfortunate. He was able to drain on Revan and get him out of there. And with only 3, there's no way I can bring him back. I don't have Jolie or anything in there, so I can't bring him back. But my Luke does plenty of damage against Malik, so that's it. I mean, you just keep hitting him with Luke. And Hermit Yoda's got where he calls the assist with the Master's training. So it's all good. And you got Luke as the lead, has that Heroes Arise. all good things. Take out this team. Only 50 banners, but a counter's a counter. So it does work. I open up back to his ships, and lo and behold, he's got Negotiator waiting for me back there. And if you guys know this, I I don't like Fleet too much. Don't really care for it. It's very frustrating to me. So I'll just tell you right now, I went in with my own Negotiator, which I saved, and it failed like hard. I was able to kill 2 of his tanks at least, get rid of those, and then I had to clean up. And so I sent in my finalizer as cleanup because it can put in some damage, and I was able to clean up with that. Got 37 banners there, but again, it really doesn't matter. Once I lost that first battle with the Ray and my counter failed there, I mean, that's it. Since he one-shot everything and was so efficient, you know, the match is a loss, but I just wanted to go ahead and clear off what I could. Some people give up. I don't care for that. I like to at least test things out, have a little bit of fun, and try to clear off what I can. So I did that, but the banners and score and all that ends up being irrelevant. Hats off to my opponent. He went through like a machine and cleared me out. So I will learn my lesson for next time, I think. We'll catch you guys in the next round. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.